U.S. to withdraw troops from Syria as tensions mount with Iran. The U.S. is preparing to largely withdraw its remaining troops from Syria over the next few months, a senior White House official has told the BBC. The official said the Syrian government has agreed to take the lead combating terrorism within its borders and U.S. military presence at scale is no longer required. American troops have been in Syria since 2015, as part of an anti-terrorism campaign to counter the influence of the Islamic State ISIS. The decision came as U.S. President Donald Trump ramps up military presence in the Middle East as tensions mount with Iran. The official noted that the decision to remove the roughly 1,000 remaining troops from Syria is part of a conditions-based transition, and that the U.S. remains ready to respond to any threats in the region. The news first reported by the Wall Street Journal comes amid an increased presence of U.S. troops in the Middle East, specifically near Iran. BBC Verify has confirmed the location of U.S. aircraft carrier the USS Abraham Lincoln equipped with guided missile destroyers and dozens of fighter jets near Iran. The U.S. has also reportedly sent the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest warship, to the Middle East, expected to arrive in the region within the next 3 weeks. Senior national security officials told the BBC's media partner CBS News that Trump said the U.S. military would be ready for potential strikes on Iran as soon as Saturday, though Trump has not yet made a final decision. In Syria, U.S. troops had already departed 2 bases earlier this year, the Al-Tanf garrison in southern Syria and the al-Shaddadi base in the northeast. The movements follow the collapse of the Assad government in 2024, and a weakened Islamic State amid considerable security improvement in Syria. Since then, the Trump administration has sought to strengthen its diplomatic ties with Damascus and increase its partnership with Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa. Sharaa visited Trump in the White House in November, the first such visit from a Syrian leader in the country's history. The Syrian leader's government has at times clashed with local military groups but struck a deal in January that would integrate the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces with Syria's armed forces. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with his Syrian counterpart, Foreign Minister Assad al-Shaibani, last week, to discuss maintaining the ceasefire. Rubio also expressed his concerns about the continued fight against terrorism. In December, a translator and 2 members of the Iowa National Guard were killed in an ambush attack by a lone ISIS gunman, the Pentagon said. The Trump administration launched a series of attacks against ISIS in response, called Operation Hawkeye Strike. The BBC's Bernd de Busman contributed to this report. Testifying before Congress, the former CEO of Victoria's Secret lingerie brand accused Epstein of stealing vast sums of money from his family. The search for the 84-year-old mother of U.S. presenter Savannah Guthrie has moved into a 3rd week. 15 skiers went missing on Tuesday following a massive avalanche in California's Lake Tahoe region. 1 person remains missing but is presumed dead. The 2nd day of negotiations between Ukraine and Russia ended after just 2 hours. The presidential jet, along with other aircraft used for high-level officials, is being painted with some of Trump's preferred palette. Copyright 2026 BBC. The BBC is not responsible for the content of external sites. Read about our approach to external linking. You have reached the end of our in-depth report. For more deep dives into global affairs and breaking news updates, please subscribe to Neuron News Global and enable all notifications. Stay informed, stay ahead. See you in the next broadcast.